Well, good, happy Sunday afternoon. Forecaster Gavin Ellis with you with your Central Minnesota weather blog update. Take a look, though, at your satellite radar here just at 1:45 this afternoon, as we have a very active next day coming up with severe weather. We do have this counterclockwise motion happening here across northern Minnesota, as there's that warm front moving through just to the northwest of Jamestown, North Dakota. It's going to be a very warm and mild day, to say the very least, which, you know what, this time of year, we'll take the warmth. But right now up in Duluth, I know it is a very foggy day up there, as they are going to be dealing with those warmer dew points like us, those elevated dew points, and also a storm chance potentially later for up north. And as we head down to the cities, it's also pretty blustery, as we have those warm, moist air coming up from the Gulf with those strong southerly flow winds here towards the surface. So you're definitely going to feel that for this afternoon. And take a look at the skyline down in Minneapolis. A gorgeous day as we head further south. The grass is starting to get a bit greener here as we head into the latter half of April, which is always a nice sign to see. Again, today, warmer Sunday, and that severe threat persisting for your Monday, and the mild temps do continue for this upcoming week. And take a look at that surface map. A lot of activity happening here across the entirety of the United States, and we have been paying attention to a specific low pressure system off the northwest coast of California, moving into the Rockies. That is going to be our big weather maker as part of a long wave trough, as well as there's been this area of high pressure on the southeast United States. It's been kind of hovering there, but because of the motion of that high pressure system, it's been bringing up a lot of warm, moist air from the Gulf over the last couple days. We're feeling the effects of that already today. I was outside just a little bit ago, and it is absolutely perfection out there. Just getting into the 70s, and those dew points also skyrocketing as we head into the afternoon, with highs in the low 80s for today. Taking a look, though, as we continue to that forecast breakdown, 82 for your afternoon high, capitalized and emphasized on that mild conditions, because, yeah, it's going to be mild, to say the very least. 72 on your Monday, chances of your storms, and that is what is going to be the big topic for today, is that threat for severe weather tomorrow that encompasses a lot of central Minnesota into the southern and southeast parts of Minnesota, including central Wisconsin, into the evening tomorrow. And that upcoming severe threat, yeah, we have an impact alert for you guys. That is because of that threat late afternoon, after 3 p.m. through the overnight hours. And right now, all modes of severe weather are possible, including large damaging winds, as well, large damaging hail, strong winds, and a few isolated tornadoes could not be ruled out, just with how unstable the atmosphere currently is. But we'll talk about more of the details on that here in just a couple of graphics for now. And of course, have a way to receive multiple warnings, whether that be on your cell phone. Make sure that guy's fully charged tomorrow. Have a weather radio if you happen to. I have one here at home. I have one at work. Those are always amazing to have, to be honest. The Midland brand specifically, which you can get on Amazon. Just always great to have multiple ways wherever you are, just because of, the day like Monday could potentially be. Take a look at that day one marginal risk. Yes, up north from War Road all the way over to Grand Marais and south to Duluth and over to Walker. You folks north of, of 169, you guys could see some general rumbles. Nothing like tomorrow, but if anything, if any storms do pop up, they do have that chance of bringing some just generally heavy rains, potentially for some small-sized hail and maybe potentially some stronger winds. But I don't see anything that on the models that could be of too concern. So especially since you guys are going to be through that warm front that's moving through right now pretty quickly here this afternoon. Take a look at the day two slight risk. As I mentioned, we got quite a few ingredients in play. You might be wondering, well, what's this whole deal here with these graphics going on? Well, I want to explain kind of a fun thing. This is what's called a triple point, okay? That's because of the amount of energy that is moving up from the south, from the central United States in the Gulf, that is really bringing this to fruition. We have this warm front that is just to the north of St. Cloud and Alexandria. That is going to be what is going to really kind of, I guess, make or break, if you will, whether or not things really do pop off tomorrow. We have this area of low pressure there that's just sitting around the border of North and South Dakota, and this cold front just off to the west of Marshall and Montevideo and Worthington. That is actually going to be kind of helping force some of these storms to fire tomorrow afternoon. And because of this triple point that's happening here, anywhere that this sets up, anywhere to the north, you guys will not see a whole lot of severe weather. Anywhere to the south, you guys will see some of the stronger storms, right? That's kind of with that forcing and that warm, moist air and the dew points in the low to mid 60s and temperatures in the 80s really across southern and southeastern Minnesota is what's going to really help elevate that risk for severe weather. So basically anywhere in this kind of center yellow and more to the southeast is going to be in that target zone for tomorrow. And the biggest thing is there's this thing called CAPE, Convective Available Potential Energy. If that cap breaks, that is what is going to kind of set off the tea kettle, right? If you're making tea and the tea kettle is ready, it kind of steams off, right? That's kind of what this is kind of all about, is we're waiting for that tea kettle in the atmosphere to really kind of get underway. And then we'll see really by tomorrow mid-morning and early afternoon if that is going to be the case. So that's what the setup looks like. That low pressure system may end up a little further south and kind of rotate things a bit, but for now, this is kind of my guesstimate on where things are going to end up setting up for the day on Monday. Taking a look at the next 5 days as this animates in. Yes, technology. Let's see. She's struggling, but we're just gonna go with it. There we go. The high is 72 on Monday, right? And then we'll see those chances for severe storms, so basically 3 p.m. onward. But I'm gonna say mostly after sunset is when those storms will start to kind of, I guess, erupt, if you will, if the conditions continue the way that they look to be. And then on Tuesday we cool down just a bit as that cold front moves through. We'll stay in the mid to upper 60s and then 75 by Thursday, and then we'll cool off again on Friday, and a chance of precip moves back in later this week.